What if I told you that within hours of a devastating tragedy, an unlikely group of ordinary people pieced together the truth, forcing an entire government to confess to a horrific crime? This is the story of how Iran shot down a Ukrainian passenger plane in 2020, and how we, using open source intelligence only, proved it overnight. Hi, I'm Christo Grozev, an investigative journalist with a passion for uncovering the truth, even when governments work overtime to hide it. My team specializes in using open source intelligence, or OSINT, to expose secrets that some of the world's most powerful regimes would rather keep buried. Today I'm sharing one of the most shocking cases I've worked on: the downing of Ukrainian International Airlines Flight PS752. A case that didn't just expose a government cover-up, but showed how even in a closed society, OSINT can break through. January 8, 2020. Minutes after takeoff from Tehran's airport, a Ukrainian passenger jet crashed. All 176 people on board were killed. Iran claimed it was a technical failure, a tragic accident.
An aviation authority cannot speculate. We have to be certain of the things we say. The causes we aren't sure of yet, but as I said, that which we can say for certain is that a missile did not strike the plane. But the fire and its causes we need to uncover still.
But something felt off. Photos and videos of the crash circulating online seem to suggest the aircraft had been hit by something, possibly even a missile. At the time, I was working at Bellingcat, and our OSINT team started investigating immediately. We were heavily relying on our network of crowdsourced volunteers and open source intelligence tools. The breakthrough came when we discovered a video uploaded to social media by someone in Iran. This video, shared at great personal risk, appeared to show a missile ascending into the night sky and striking an airborne object. The chilling clip captured the exact moment the missile hit the plane. Using simple mathematics and physics to compute angles of ascent and distances using the speed of sound, we verified the video was real, locating the exact spot where it had been filmed. If you ever thought the Pythagoras theorem would never come in handy in real life, you were wrong. Using these geolocation techniques, Bellingcat confirmed that the video had been filmed in a suburb of Tehran, not far from where Flight PS752 had been first hit. With that information, we were also able to see that the site of impact was very close to an Iranian military base, where the missile had been launched from. Every piece of evidence pointed to one conclusion: Flight PS752 hadn't crashed on its own, it had been shot down. We published our findings, and the pressure on the Iranian government grew. But then, within 48 hours, Iran did something extraordinary. It confessed, it admitted the truth.
Iran's Revolutionary Guard has said it was human error that led to a Ukrainian jetliner being shot down. They say the flight was close to a sensitive military area and resembled a hostile target.
The Revolutionary Guard had fired a missile, by mistake they said, that brought the plane down. They had misidentified the plane as an oncoming cruise missile. For context, just a few days earlier, an American missile had killed one of the Iranian top generals, Qasem Soleimani. This confession was a stark contrast to what we've seen in other tragedies, like the downing of Malaysian Airlines MH17 over Ukraine, which our team also investigated. In that case, Russia's response was to deny, deflect, and bury the evidence, which they are doing through today.
Are you saying this was not a Russian missile? This was not a Russian army missile?
Нет, конечно.
Iran's admission, though devastating, was a rare moment of accountability. What this story shows is the power of open source intelligence. In a society as tightly controlled as Iran, ordinary people, armed with smartphones and courage alone, helped expose the truth. They turned a lie into a confession. Imagine if every closed regime could be forced into this kind of transparency. And that's the miracle of OSINT. It works, even in the places you'd least expect. If you want to learn more about how OSINT is changing the game in holding the powerful accountable, subscribe to N4. In upcoming episodes, I will break down more of my own methods and share our investigations that turned whispers of suspicion into undeniable truth. This is the story of Flight PS752, and proof that even in the darkest corners, the truth will find its way to the light.